evening. The NHS in England is increasingly reliant on doctors and nurses recruited from outside the UK, analysis by the BBC has found. It shows that more than a third, 34% of doctors who joined the health service last year came from overseas, compared with 18% in 2015, and the rise is even more marked for nurses. This was just before the Brexit referendum. It shows blue for UK staff, orange showing nurses from other European countries, and grey for other nations. Then the European share fell, partly down to a new language test, and nearly half of the newly registered nurses in the year, this year to this March, were from other countries, as you can see there. Our health editor Hugh Pym has been looking at the figures.
Oh, I haven't seen him for a while.
Lynette is a paediatric nurse. She came to the UK in June from Barbados.
Hi Charlotte, how are you doing today?
She moved here to gain new nursing skills and join her husband, who already has a job in the NHS.
The staff are lovely, they're supportive.
Lynette was hired by an East London hospital trust with 11 other overseas nurses.
I came over with a group of Filipinos. I was the only person for the Caribbean in that group. Yes, and also the only person that knew England a bit, so I was their tour guide. I was a bit nervous, but then I told myself, you know what, Lynette, this is what you want to do. This is your dream. Settle down, and you will get this done. You can do it.
Brian is a stroke nurse. He came to the UK in June from the Philippines.
How are you feeling today?
He was in Lynette's group and says the Filipino nurse community at local hospitals has helped him settle in quickly. In the last 2.5 years, the trust has hired more international nurses than British trained. They're pleased with their recruits, but know there's a long-term challenge.
We desperately need more nurses trained in the UK. From recruiting a nurse from overseas to her getting a UK PIN number here costs us over £13,000. You know, when you've employed over 520, it's a significant amount of money. But yeah, I see it as part of the whole of the NHS to continue to recruit overseas for now.
The UK is not alone in needing to recruit health staff from overseas, and there are warnings that a steady flow of new workers can't be taken for granted.
Some of the key factors here are about the speed with which we can offer a job compared to other countries. We are competing in a global market. Countries like Germany, for example, are increasing the number of nurses they're recruiting from overseas. So we have to be quick, we have to be able to offer good pay and progression. Those appear to be key.
You got this. Yes.
Since the Brexit referendum, fewer EU nurses have opted to work in the UK, but there's been an increase from elsewhere, including the Philippines, India and Nigeria. Visa delays and other bureaucracy, though, are possible barriers.
Ray,
Ira is a
over here
blood medicine
soon.
specialist. She came to the UK last year from Albania. She says her trust has been hugely supportive and professionally she loves the work. But there were unnecessary frustrations.
In the beginning, especially the struggle with bureaucracy after I finished my exams, till the moment I got my license, it was about 10 months. It is frustrating and it takes a long time and money and effort.
And that might put off some
No,
Albanian
right,
doctors'
too
visits.
good.
Yes,
No,
I think
best.
the visa issue puts off a lot of them.
Oh.
And for Hajra and her family, visa issues were the reason she's now left the NHS. She trained in Pakistan and then came to the UK 18 years ago. But she says because of a struggle to get visas for her parents to join her, she opted to move to Saudi Arabia.
None of us have left there because we hated it, but a lot of us are leaving because we don't have a choice, because we're backed into a corner and none of us will abandon our parents.
The government said more medical students were being trained in England, but international recruitment would still be important as demand for services kept growing. That, though, will be no easy task.
And Hugh joins me now. How
How's
have we
his
got into
lipstick?
this situation, Hugh?